So I'm just trying to get that up and running again. I hope you're all okay though. Hope everyone's doing okay. I am just trying to not slowly lose my mind, which feels like I am ever so closer to getting to is losing my fucking mind. Up in here, up in here. I like that you brought some of that. Was that DMX? Sorry, reflex. All good. It's all good. But yeah, no. Definitely just my head is just like trying to get things to work and improve things. The reality is that I know that to some extent I just need a new machine as well. Like there's just some things that I'm trying to push this machine to do. Despite it being a pretty good machine, I'm trying to push this machine to do things that just I need. Like we're work. Well, okay, so Nvidia's working with
Thank you.
Nvidia's working with it is a DMX reference, fantastic. With OBS to try and do a bit of like interesting back end sort of background encoding stuff, and that might improve things long term. Hey BGRDF, hope you keep well, because I would tell you you're living well. Hope everything's all good in your neck of the woods. So I'm hoping that can also clear up a few bits and bobs and fix a few things. I'm gonna pet this dog. But let me know, like, is the stream back to at least watchable quality again? I hope it's back to at least watch some sort of watchable quality. If not, let me know.
We should be just about there.
Oh, they're actually leading me to an objective here. There's always going to be some tatter, especially because with double, triple, quadruple streaming. But it looks good, to be honest. Okay, grand. It's not even turned off the other streams. Like, this is the thing. I even turned off the other streams, and it just still looked a bit shit on Twitch. And I was just like, that is ridiculous. Why does this look so fundamentally
For your trouble.
when I've turned off the rest of them? But here's the thing, like, YouTube handles it better, but like Twitch is kind of like the flagship place to watch. Okay, now I'm stuck. Like YouTube handles it better, and I'm just like, well, actually I wouldn't mind if we, but yeah, it's just one of those ones where it's trying to get things to look decent where possible. It's just a bit difficult. Right, I've got a bunch of objectives here we're going to do. We're going to click into that. Well, actually, I don't need multiple for that. I probably only need these, like, lined out, because I got a feeling when I go to walk in here, it's going to say the other things are there too anyway. Take a photo of the bridge that leads to the main gate of the... Okay, so... A photo of the bridge? Like this thing here? Or is it someone else? Oh, is it that? Maybe it wants me to take that as a picture. it's so very, very specific about what it wants or what it will take as a like a viable as a viable picture, and I don't necessarily always get what that is. Like, if I go back and look at that, take a photo of the bridge that leads to the main gate of the shrine. So it would be that then, would it not? That's the shrine. Oh, there we go. So we've got that. We'll head in here. Do
How good
some
of you to come.
horseback archery, I guess.
I'm glad to see you.
Uh,
I would be glad to.
cool. I can hear the dog barking. I don't know why. Right, foreign book is kind of like the main thing I'm going for. So if I can even just get to the second one, I'll be happy. Oh, right, we're going to be in the river here. Okay. Shit, didn't see the ones here. Can I restart this? Yes, because I completely fucking, like... Oh, for God's sake, I can get a phone call. Hello? Oh, as always, folks, interruptions upon interruptions. I mean, some of them were my fault, but I mean, gotta go do some care stuff. It was not Microsoft, no. It's error stuff, so I have to do that, which is fun. So I'll be back in a wee minute. Oh, geez, that's me back. Fucking dialectic chaos, I know. But sure. Right. There's one here. One here. Am I right in thinking there's one up there? There's not. Okay, so... Oh fuck, there's explosives there though. Explosives there. Okay, this one is fucking difficult. This one is very difficult. Goddamn. I think I fucked that up again. I don't think I got a sorted pork. I think I just have to accept that, like, till I get a new PC, there's going to be some elements that I'm just not going to be able to fucking do. Some of those are really sneaky. Like, there's some stuff coming up on, like, build a rank a score. I don't care. There's some stuff that's coming up on OBS that will, like, help with, like, multi-tiering coding and stuff, which might help in general with stream encoding and making streams look better on Twitch, but like just fundamentally it's just a fucking shit show to kind of deal with. Essentially what gets me sometimes is like when we're playing the game and I'm making clips and stuff, you can see like some of the clips go a little bit blurry. And it just frustrates the shit out of me. And I would like it to not do that there, but like even when I'm doing single streaming, it is a situation where it plays up a bit and I just get very frustrated with it. But it's one of those ones where as much as I would like it to be able to be fixable, it's just some things out of my ability with my current equipment. And it's going to take me a small fortune to get the equipment updated the way it is. It's probably going to take me to next year, so I'm just going to have to live with with what the reality is for now, and then hopefully in a year's time, I have the ability to kind of up my my equipment again. Okay, so next one is over here, apparently. But I'm hoping it's in a better place in time. I think I found the thing I'm looking for. Although, this looks suspiciously dangerous. Key, what up, B? K, what's up, bye? Hey, Andrew, you keep well, because I tell you, you're looking well. I don't know what that sentence was meant to be or how to interpret that sentence, but I think I'm going to put that down to the fact that I am a dyslexic as fuck. Some of them were very sneaky though. Like just trying to get some of those very specific little bits and bobs. I'm just like, you son of a bitch. Oh, who are you? Bloodthirsty villain? It was meant to be wasabi. I fucked up my brain. That's fair. Oh, I just got my wee bum handed to me there. Can we please have some juice back about my life? Also, I'm in the wrong stance, actually, I just realized. I got 2 words confused. That is fair. I get all words confused, so I hope that makes you feel less annoyed at the spell stuff. Alright, come on. Okay, I need to give myself some time to get some fucking key up, or some thing up again. I forget sometimes I have a stamina meter, and I'm like, why is my guy failing to do anything of merit? And it's like, oh, because you got no fucking stamina, asshole. Because you haven't thought about the fact that you're meant to be, like, actually, you know, killing a motherfucker. Welcome to our world, Andrew. I get all the words confused though, but then again, I think Pork is understanding me because Pork, I believe, is also dyslexic, so he will know the true terrors of having to deal with the bullshit brains. Oh yes, right. That technically gave me that didn't give me a treasure chest check, which is interesting because that potentially wasn't the treasure chest I need to be looking for. But I don't know anymore. I'm very confused. Secret boss gaming, the chest is 100% above. 100% above? How did I get above that? Oh, I don't know. How did I get up there? I was trying to zoom in and hit the wrong button. How did I get up there? I guess I gotta go up here and in. Because I don't think there's any, like, approachable road that way, I guess. So that was, you're saying that was like 100% like optional boss wise? Like I just ran in, like I was wondering why that boss was giving me a little bit more fucking like, yeah. I was wondering why that boss was giving me more guff than I normally would get from like named characters. Also, he gave you a book with +1 all. You fucking what? I've got apparently 10 of these still to use. Holy shit, give me that. I got 2 of them? Earn 1 skill point of each. Fucking give me 2 of them then. Thank you for the heads up on that, Giz. I did not even realize that. I was like, wait, he gave me what? Giz coming in clutch. When this game came out, I want to say this game came out in like April time. Like I want to say April. Thanks for the follow, Sage Madero Sco. I'll just call you Sage if that's okay. But thank you very much for the big follow energy. You're an absolute legend for doing that there. And if I could, I would buy you a pint if you drank pints. That is. I would give you big pints of beer energy if you were of age and were into beer. If not, if you're of age, I'll just get you a wee fucking vodka or something, you know. Can't hear me? You specifically, or can everyone else hear me? Or is it just a localized thing on his front? Because I'm worried now my audio is gone. You can hear me? Okay, cool. So it's not just it's just maybe a localized thing, okay? Dragon Dogma's 2 release date. Fair enough, fair enough. Giz coming in with that good knowledge, eh? Or can hear me as well. Okay, cool, cool. So it's not a major issue then, it's maybe a localized one. That is absolutely less frightening to deal with. Alright, we'll go for a refill on that bizzle. I do not know what a cheat beater is, and it sounds incredibly filthy. Like, I get the idea, it probably helps you catch people who are cheating in those games, but it also just sounds incredibly sexual. I got him in the cheat beater because he's a dirty wee bitch. You know, I doubt they say it like that, but my brain is going to assume that's how it's said now. Got him right in the cheat beaters, being the wee tart he is. Upgraded performance to handguns. I don't use handguns, but I'll take it anyway. I've got so many skill points to use, so like fuck it. I'm just gonna love rain down on these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Bolster the effects of all of the juice. Some would say he's even full of Juice World. Oh shit. I'm just plopping them now as I see them. I'm so intelligent now. I'm just so intelligent. If RL was still here, if he is still here, he'd be so proud of me of how intelligent I've become. He'd be like, mark out on your stat sheet, and I'd be like, okay, RL, I will. Thank you. Because that's all we're really here for, is for your game master to be proud of you. Unless none of y'all play tabletop RPGs at what point, then I don't know how to relate to you. I mean, I know how to relate to you, it's just, I'm talking in terms of very clearly Game Master talk, or like TTRPG talk. Right. Where the fuck am I meant to be going? Oh yes, I'm trying to be getting up this mountain, aren't I? Because Giz giving me that good knowledge is like, mate, it's actually up the mountain. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna have to overcome that mountain. And I think that I have to overcome that mountain by literally going this direction. Okay, I think I've... Just trying to remember where the hell I'm going now. Okay, I know I'm meant to go up there, or at least it seems like I go up there, but now I am very thoroughly confused how to get up there, because I thought I got up to the point where I could get up there, and now I am like, no, there is still a rocky stone face in front of me, and I have no fucking clue which way I'm meant to approach this from. Unless I am missing, like, a climb point, but it feels like I'm not. Unless there's something in there. Have I missed something? I feel like I've missed something. Like, I am perplexed, even borderline fucking confused. It's like, I'm here, but there's nothing in here of merit. It's like, maybe if I can get up to the side here? Like, is there a thing I can climb up to? No, and I can't see any swing points. I can hear someone and ha in here, actually. Is there someone in here? No? Is there like a way I can get in up here? Like sometimes there's like the last few places I had like secret doors and stuff, right? Like a few of the like shrines and like the well, there's actually some stuff right there. Like a few of the treasure chest places had like secret doors, and I was like, ooh, okay, you're fucking with me a little bit secret door wise, but like that door didn't have one. Okay. I may have already got it, and now I feel a little bit foolish. So as I went to look at that map again, I was like, I can see something poking out of my fucking thing. Have I already got this? That is where I feel like a incredibly single-minded and idiotic dickhead, so congratulations to me for feeling like just the biggest fucking fool. Finding our landmark. What is this one saying? This one is saying, take a photograph of Kyoto from the main gate of Nachizenji Temple. I can hear a cat in there as well. I'll come and get you soon, cat. Don't you worry. Earlier as well, when I was fighting out our guy, I was trying to heal, and I was constantly fucking hitting the wrong button because the fucking wrong quick action menu was up. Do I have to get maybe right here? I got a feeling maybe it's got to be right here. Maybe I have to get that. No? They're so very specific about the camera footage, but they don't really tell you. Like, take a photograph of Kyoto from the main gate. Okay, so maybe it's further on up here. Do you have to get on top of it? Is that what it is? Like, it feels like if it's main gate, maybe it is get on top. Where's the cat? Where is the kitty cat? Is the kitty cat up there? The kitty cat's up there. I can... Gotta be very careful of it. I can hear him. Or her. It. I can hear its little butt, but I can't see its little butt. How do we... I'm also very fearful if I, like... some cats are anxious, so I'm fearful I might scare it. Oh, do I have to do that thing where, like... Do I approach from the other side and swing over? Is that what it is? Like, do I get up there and then glide over? But if so, how do I get up here? Oh, there we go. Get up there, right there. And then I'm going to assume that I... Okay, well, apparently the fucking glide button didn't want to work for me there when I hit it, but that's cool. There we go, finally. Right, so... I assume... it's about gliding up to here. Yeah, okay. And then... Oh, there's a little thing. The cats are still very adorable. They're still incredibly adorable. Right, so... Is this where I get the picture from? Okay. Still not. It's just anyone else play this game notice this here that sometimes just trying to get those little nuances is a pain in the backside. What is it? Okay, I'm gonna come out of the camera app. I need to go in and get this specific name of the... What have you... Is that which was called? What have you... Okay, so... What have you... Camera... Rise of the Ronin... Because I have had to do this a few times now where I've had to, like, literally... This is not actually helping. What have you... Kyoto... Because I've had this happen a few times where I've, like, trying to... Yeah, so it's asked me to do what I've already done. Am I just not getting the right angle? So am I in the right place and just not in the right angle? Okay. So that's the thing, I was about to jump down out of confusion. Oh, there we go. Literally, it was just too far forward. Again, little things like that there. Like, you'd think that you got a handle on it, and it's like, oh, yeah, no. It's like, that thing you think it is, it's really just not. So that's cool. What have I just seen be shit? Okay. Well, Heron, this is putting some premium fucking shit posted into the Discord server. Fucking love it. If you hear me, Roy Herring is 10 out of 10. Top tier. Top fucking tier. I do love like the shit posting sections of our Discords. It's just sometimes you sit there and it's like, what is that? Okay. Okay. I see where this is okay, I saw where that went. I feel like we are still... Actually, we're only missing the treasure chest. Where is the treasure chest? If I consult my map guide, are you fucking serious? It's like... kind of over here? Okay, so how the fuck did I get over there? Effectively, if you know what I mean. Giz, is that the thing you were telling me about the chest? Because I feel like I understand now, and I feel like I may have made a absolute fucking major screw up by... I do not know why I've stopped to fight these animals, but I have. Like, I'm gonna fly over to see if I can get to it with relative ease. Okay, I've got this something I don't recall seeing before. Can I just open the gate? I can. That's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad. Apparently there's a chest in here? Question mark? Okay. Why have I got a feeling this is a story beat thing? Because I am, for the life of me, blocked here? Like, I'm very much being blocked by, well, is it underground actually still? Because like that's Barrett. 1 second, folks, another phone call. Sorry, folks. More care stuff I have to do. Back in a moment. Let's be back, folks. Let's be back. Apologies about that there. Just trying to get to this like one area, and I don't know if it's like specifically underground or if it's overground. And like the overground there look like it's been in a section that's locked off. And I don't know if that's locked off due to, again, like I said earlier, if that's locked off due to the fact that it's a story beat thing, because it looks like that is just like some indiscriminate assets that have been plopped down to stop me from advancing further beyond that there. Or I don't know if it's a situation in which it's in here somewhere. Like, I feel like it can't be in here, because this does not look like there is a... Like, this doesn't look like it has any existing chambers or additional chambers off to the side that I can work with. So I'm like, getting incredibly perplexed about how I'm meant to approach that. Like, am I meant to get in via there? Again, that looks like it's locked off because of something else. Fuck, the horse is still there, stuck in that fucking little river pool. Maybe I can get a fire here? Again, this brings me to here. And it feels like the chest. Again, the location looks like it's like lower ground than where I can access. And I can't necessarily get it anyway past that. So I'm just going to assume that's a story beat thing. So I'm going to essentially fuck away off till we can get that part done. I guess to this point, I'll just go to here now, because like at this point, I don't want to be wasting too much more of my time. Oops. But they had the circle button there to go faster, end up hitting square. I've accidentally discovered a landmark. Right. Formidable foes, let's see. Is that one there? Shank! One down. And I noticed I haven't even switched to my fucking health things again, so we'll quickly do that. I'm actually going to try and do some stealth for once. That seemed... You seemed way too keen to see me there. You almost like made a point of being laser focused on me there as soon as I crawled out. That was wild. See if we can get in over here. I was kind of hoping to be able to like jump up and quickly get him, but no. Oh, I'm getting stabbed from behind, aren't I? Shit. Okay. Did he just take a drink? Oh, he poisoned his blade. Okay. There we go. Bam! All of them wrecked. Right. Go up there, take care of them. That should give us some more points of interest, or at least locations for things. Although, might hear a little mew of a little cat nearby. Didn't even know that was an area of interest. I was just going up to murder some folks. I think that's another. I wonder. Let's see. They're fine. I can get the fucking drop on him, and as we meet. Which has been absolutely fine to do. But that guy earlier, I stepped like one step around the corner and suddenly it was like laser focus onto me. Bam. There we go. Another fugitive apparently there as well. Okay. Let's mark some of these areas off. We'll go murder the shit out of this guy then. Whoever he is. Is he in there? Surely not. No. Where is the old bastard? Oh, I thought that was a thing to swing up to. Didn't even realize there was a fucking pot to throw. That wasn't even our... Okay, that wasn't even our feckin' Dude, okay. Like, apparently he's further on down here. Well, I mean, there's something in here, though, first, so... Let me in and get that chest, I guess. No, I went way back the way I came. I've completely screwed myself up here by approaching it the wrong way. Again, I don't even know how you're meant to do stealth in some of these areas. Maybe I'm looking at it from the wrong perspective. Maybe I should be like thinking about the stealth in a sort of like more linear sense or less linear sense and more kind of be a bit more robust from it. But like I walk for a gate and he's like standing there right looking at me like, how the fuck am I meant to sneak either around or toward him without even remotely getting myself caught here? Like this seems impossible to not be seen. I kept hitting L2 and it wouldn't do the firebombs for some reason. Oh fuck, there's even a shrine here, okay. Oh fuck me, there's a cat back there as well. Right, back up the road again. Need to get that cat. Apparently there's a cat that bet you it's an anxious one actually, so I'm going to take this a bit more slowly. Hey Adam, you keeping well? Because I'm telling you, you're looking well. Is the... I thought the cat was wearing something for a second. It's just a bag though. There we go. Yes, I hope everything's all good in your neck of the woods, Adam. Right, so that's been taken care of. You got the Newfoundland. Went to see old friends. 14 degrees Celsius. Everything's perfect. Glad to hear. Exactly what you want to hear. Nice, copable weather. Good friends. Can't be bad to that. Right, this is apparently another shrine, but I've no clue why. Oh, it's not a shrine, it's a fucking picture. Take a photograph of the main hall of the Yasaka Shrine. I guess the main hall is that thing over there? It is. Also a breeze to be taken in, like I used to talk. Oh, a breeze to be talking like... Oh, yes. So I assume it's because you're not having to... Code switching is real? What is code switching, out of curiosity? Like, I don't think I'm familiar with the term. Oh, there's a cat down there, and there is that there as well. Okay, and then also this. Jesus, there's tons of stuff to do here. I think this is just a very awkward area, though, because the way it's all set up with, like, the mountain ranges and stuff. Like, again, I don't think I've heard of the phrase code switching before, so it's kind of like a... Okay, this is a bit of a new one to me. Linguistics code basically means that you automatically change the way you speak depending on the situation or who you're talking to. Oh, yes, I see, I see. I knew that was a thing people do, and I realized the thing I've done as well. I just did not know that there was actually like a specific thing that is like labeled for it or done or called it. Alright, style as well, just timing these attacks wrong. Oops. Oops. Always that second or that third attack I never seem to land. Was I even here for a fugitive? I thought I was here for something else. Oh, I must have been here for a fugitive. Okay. And then we can go up to get the Veiled Edge banner up here. I thought about it at uni. Some students were adamant they'd never do it. Lo and behold, they realized they did. Yeah, no, I feel like that's pretty. It's pretty not normal, or I guess it is normal. But yeah, like there's definitely something to be said for like how we kind of like change our cadence, framing, and tone depending on who we're trying to talk to. The better get them to understand what we're saying. Like 100%. Okay, I've just opened up here, but I don't know to what benefit I've done here. Like, I'm just pushing through these palace doors, and I feel like there's a reason for it, but I don't know what the reason is. I drop my H's if I speak to my granddad and my mom's side. Okay. So you, like, very audibly change how you pronounce the letter H then? Or, like, the total sort of delivers the cadence of the H, I assume. I assume that's what you mean anyway. Is there anything up here? Technically? Yes and no? Fugitive's done. Still missing a cat, but we've done a cat up there. So the only other stuff is the stuff down here, I guess? That makes sense, I get that. This is dropping here. I can't even remember. Oh, it's a cat that's right here. I was supposed to say I can't even remember what the specific. Oh, speak of which, there he is. Oh, what's going on here? Oh my goodness, John says coming in for a hot raid. John says, are you keeping well? Because I would tell you you're looking well. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, folks. Welcome on in. How are you enjoying Final Fantasy? How are you enjoying Final Fantasy? I hope you're... Are you ready for... No. I don't think I'm ever ready for Miz. I don't think I've ever been ready for Miz. Mainly because it's Miz. But yeah, this is me. It's one of those ones where, like, when it comes to Miz, I'm like, no, take it away from me and set fire to it. But I hope you're all having a good time playing some Final Fantasy. I was obviously watching where I could, as you're doing the character creation stuff and the initial quests and stuff. But obviously, life for me is a constant vortex of juggling bullshit. So I don't even get to be as active as I would want to be, even in just social environments online, because it's kind of like, oh, I've got to factor in how to read 4 people's minds, because apparently I am a bad person if I can't read their mind, which is ridiculous, but that's just how, like, some people in this fucking household literally act. It's like, oh, you didn't read my mind and do this one thing I wanted you to do. It's like, and now I'm going to be objectively annoyed at you for doing that, for not doing that there. And I'm like, you know what? Give me a break. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Like, I slowly by the day kind of realize why I moved out, and I'm kind of like, I'm tempted to just move out again. I'm just tempted to move out again and go get a different car, because this is untenable. Like, having your every action and inaction judged is just frustrating as all hell. It's like, well, you're pushing me to a limit here. So, but that's just a bit of my frustrations coming out to the forefront here. There's a Field Edge banner I haven't hit. Oh, it's behind me. It's incredibly frustrating, and it's like one of those things where it's like it's not even like an in desire to want to be helpful or an in desire to want to like do the things that need to be done, but it's just at this point it's kind of like I can't read minds, and if I do one thing and I can't do another thing because I'm only one human, you just get pissed off because I'm not doing all the things at once, and I'm just kind of getting to that point where I'm just like, I'm starting to get frustrated because it's not like yous are not treating me like as a fucking son or a carer. Yous are treating me as like a utility, a piece of actual like sentient stationery, and that is starting to get to me because I'm kind of like, well, you know, I want to be able to fucking like just get shit done for myself as well. And I have to now fucking essentially, because like the thing is, like, well, they don't tell you when being a carer. It's not like you're just living your life and everyone's kind of like, oh, it's an easy job. All you gotta do is like, you know, look after the house and stuff. It's like, no, you kind of have to live to other people's lives for them because they can't do it for themselves. But then my mum and dad have created situations where like they kind of infer or act like I am not my own individual and I'm there purely for that purpose. But then also get frustrated because I have to share like the almost the shared amount of like actual coverage that I can provide as an individual, and then get pissed off at me when I'm not like fulfilling both fucking like, you know, requirements. Never mind the things in my own life I have to fucking do and consider and think about. But it just is what it is. It's really frustrating. Send love from there. I appreciate love. Like, you're an absolute sweetheart. Completely unreasonable. You deserve to have your own life. Yeah, you'd think that there, but apparently that's not the case. Like, my dad is having a fucking tizzy fit because, by his own words, the thing at the side of the house needs cut. Now, at the side of the house, there is several things that that could be completely referred to as independent plants or foliage. But he would get annoyed if I cut one versus the other. But he hasn't specified what the thing is. So when I say the thing, he then goes, "You know the thing?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I don't know the thing because the thing has not been specified. Can you show me the thing?" And then he gets frustrated that he has to show me what the thing is instead of inferring the actual specific thing he wants, rather than just showing the fucking thing to me, and then gets annoyed when I sit there in complete confusion by what he wants me to infer based off of vague language, and I'm just kind of like, you know what, I'll just set your whole garden on fire. I'll just set this whole fucking garden on fire. How about that? How about we just set the whole thing on fire and pave over it so that the thing to nothing exists? We could do it that way. We could do it that way. I'll buy the petrol myself. So, that's kind of like the frustrations I have at the minute. I have choices. I do have. That is true. I have choices. That is definitively true. I do have choices. I was considering that as well, John Sense, but I think that, like, the amount of time, prison-wise, I get for that versus just a bit of arson are a bit different. And I could always claim it's not arson because I own the property, where, like, if I do murder him, that is kind of just murder at that point. Like, bear in mind, right? Doesn't have to be a fire. All kinds of way to destroy things. That's true. They need to remember that you're a son. You're not in a place. Yeah, exactly, right? Here's the thing as well, right? You know why he's annoyed that it didn't get done today? Even though I didn't know it was a task that was required to be done today. Want to know why? Because it was also fucking raining today. And I didn't feel confident in operating, you know, electric machinery in the rain. Or on wet plants. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought I didn't want to maybe, I don't know, destroy a piece of electrical equipment. But on top of that there, he's failed to factor in that I also spent 2.5 hours in a car with my friend going from shop to shop trying to look for a very specific type of pastry that my mum wanted, and that we ended up in 4 different shops in 3 different parts of the city, like major stores, trying to find this one type of fucking pastry. And then after that came home and made their dinners. He hasn't factored any of that in. Hasn't factored all of that in at all. But I've been a bad person because I didn't cut to wherever the fuck that thing is. Justifiable homicide. It's a rough day when I was ready for this whole week to be over. Yeah, far more sense would do for a fucking pastry as well. Like, I am so confused. I've been like running around a fucking thing. I'm meant to be taking a picture. It's probably like, what is the picture here I need to take? So I'm arguably in a terrible mood, and I'm questioning if I should really realistically be streaming. Take a photograph of the 5-story pagoda. Okay, so yeah, that thing there, I assume. Like, I'm personally thinking right now, should I just call the stream quits for the day because I have been put into such a foul mood. On top of that, there some stream stuff broke earlier, so that was frustrating because I guess like trying to do stream stuff, and anytime a stream thing doesn't want to work for you, it's kind of like very highly frustrating, as John says can attend to because he's had his own stream frustrations today. So you're kind of like sitting there kind of going like, I need this to work, and the fact that this is actively making the situation worse is pushing me and my patience to a limit. And then off the top of that, there are all this other stuff, and so I don't even know if I'm in the right mood to be streaming, but I think to myself like, you know what, I've got areas to clear. I'll kill some dudes. Hopefully, have a bit of fun doing that there. Stabbed that man, but apparently wasn't enough. No, you don't. I'm gonna stop it. Some of the fighting styles I've noticed just do not have good secondary moves, and it makes me so frustrated to use those second moves. I mean, you never bring your mood on stream, if you get me. I try not to, for the most part, Pork. Sometimes it's easier, kind of said than done, because you kind of sit there and you're kind of like, well, no one really wants, like, we're not here to... Whoops. I absolutely... Oh, he's a bit of a boss character, I think. I say boss character, but like a... more of an advanced character to kill. I try not to bring some of that sort of annoyances or that frustration on the stream. Like, it's easier said than done sometimes, obviously. But like, because I always try to like separate it just to try and have like conscientious separation of space, if you know what I mean. But it's easier said than done sometimes, honestly. But it is just one of those things where like I kind of have just been pushed to a boundary today with it, where I'm just kind of like, this garden, like, not the problem is my dad, for the most part, is that he makes everyone else's life hell, and all he cares about is the garden. See if there's something that needs done in the garden, see if it's not done to his time frame that he has set in his head, which is usually almost immediate time frame, because he then makes it everyone else's problem by being a cunt to everyone for no reason. And it's one of those things where like he then has this weirdly stupidly hyper focused nature of the garden, where like that's the only thing that matters in the world. Like, if there's a bit of hedging that's a bit too tall for a moment, it's suddenly the end of the world. And then he will stress out and take it out on everyone like it is the end of the world. And then it puts the whole house in a foul fucking mood. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't like gardening, and he's actually the reason I don't like gardening, because in my formative years, he tried to like force that hobby onto me when I clearly did not enjoy it. But how he tried to force that hobby onto me was through the actions of holding a ladder and then getting annoyed that a 14, 15-year-old, instead of spending time with his friends or on his own hobbies, was sitting there for like most days when he wasn't in school for 2 to 3 hours at a time holding up a fucking ladder. And then he's wondered why I suddenly have an abject, absolute hatred for the actual activity. And it's kind of like, you did this to me? You can't expect me to enjoy this now. And if I don't share this object joy and hobby that you've crafted for yourself, it's because you forced me into hating it. And he can't get it, but he can't process that, because like, see, to process that would then cause him to then victim blames. Like, it's like, well, how dare you? Why are you saying this is my fault? I've done nothing wrong. It's like, well, no, you're failing to take any responsibility for this here, and if it's pointed out to you that you've done this here, you're acting like you're so hard done by, where in reality you fucking subjected everyone to this bullshit and we're fed up of it. Please whoever's yours be what you need to be at the moment, whether it's escaping or venting. We all love you and we can support you. I appreciate love like China. You're very sweet to say that there, and I appreciate the sentimentality and the sort of reassurances that I get from that there. It's just I always try and keep it like as much out of here as possible, because there's only so much that, like, if I done it regularly, that's all my streams would be at that point, if you know what I mean. Like, I know there'd be like an incredible heightened danger of that's all it would come down to, and that's all that would happen on streams, and I don't want the streams to turn into that. Actually sounds like his OCD, he's projected at the... It's a potential... It's potentially the case, but like, he likes gardening, so like gardening to him is kind of like his hobby. Like, he is at his happiest when he is fucking around in the garden. But the problem is that he has then subjected me to things that I didn't care for, and like, it's like one of those things where like, what kid is going to enjoy gardening when they were forced to like hold a ladder for 3 hours a day regularly for weeks on end, while you watch someone, and anytime and that was the level of gardening that I was allowed to do, was hold a ladder, and then not having any access or any sort of insight or any ability to like actually look into the hobby or enjoy the hobby in any capacity. Of course I'm gonna fucking hate it. Of course I'm gonna find it absolutely dreadful and dull, and then I'm going to grow up with an tolerant hatred for the actual activity overall. And he just hasn't fucking clicked on that is reason why I hate that garden. Because at the end of the day, I was forced to do something and take time away from my own pursuits and my own happiness to fucking facilitate his hobby. If he'd make you miserable, you'd ignore the garden. But if he makes you miserable even when you tend to the garden, you might as well stop. It's like it's going to be an arse either way. No point doing something you don't like at the top of the day. Well, that's the thing. Like, he's gonna. Both scenarios lead to him making me miserable, right? Like, that's the thing. Both scenarios lead to the same objective for him, because he is obsessed with it. Oh yeah, no, it's the exact same thing. Like, my dad acts like an absolute raging cunt when it's not done to what he wants it. When things are not done to how he wants things done, or when he wants things done, he makes it everyone's problem. Like, he actively turns it into an issue for everyone else and takes it out on everyone else. And he can't, and then he puts everyone in a foul mood and then treats them like cunts, and then when they try to talk to him, and then they get fed up of the absolute whiplash that he gives you and hits back at him for it, he gets annoyed and pissed off that how dare you, show the same level of vitriol that he showed you. How dare you not just sit there and take it? And that then becomes a problem, because like he then can't understand, or completely is taken aback by that same vitriolic response, even though he is the one that started the vitriolic moment, that started the vitriolic exchange. And look him dead in his face, say, if you don't like it, do it yourself and stop bitching. Well, that's the thing, he can't do it himself. This is the thing, he can't do it himself, but he's not capable of that there, Laura. He is unwilling. I say you're not capable. Not capable is not the right word. He's unwilling to. Like, he has gotten to the point where he is basically got to a point where he has decided that he is unwilling to make changes. Oh, he won't do that, Laura, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's unwilling to. Like, he is unwilling to. Like, nothing is going to change. Like, it's at a point now where, like, he has gotten so set that he will not change it, because why should he have to? Like, in his head, why should he have to try and do different? Like, that's the thing. He is got to the point where he's decided that he doesn't want to, so he's not going to. See, the thing is, like, it's an old dog who won't learn new tricks, but the problem is like, it's not even like he can't, he just won't. Like, he has made up his mind. I don't have a therapist friend though, but then it's one of those things where this is not something I've had to deal with in the short term, Laura. This has been the last 35 years of my life. This has been the last 35 years of my life. This is nothing new. Also, how the hell did I get up here? Like, I'm trying my best to get up here, but I can't seem to do... Is this another story beat thing that I can't get up here until I've done a story beat? It feels like it might be. Welcome back, Adam. Welcome back. I mean, it'd be a good idea, Laura. I just can't afford one. And NHS is a bit slow to provide one. Take a photo of the temple. Okay, so this? Or is it this? Oh, there we go. Sadly, it's one of those ones where I have been on the waiting list for that for... I've been on waiting list for that and a few other things with NHS, and it's just one of those ones where, like, it's not for a lack of trying at the moment, it's just for a lack of funding for the NHS. Like, we just... Like, our healthcare is free. Do we get access to that healthcare, though? No. It's like the NHS is not what it used to be, because the Tories systematically defunded it. As a means to try and enforce people to go to, like, you know, private healthcare. Fuck the Tories indeed. Fuck the Tories indeed. Absolute scumbags, and Roy Harris is not wrong in that sentiment. So we're trying to get fair for 5 years, yeah. Vote them out tactically. The problem is it's a good sentiment voting them out tactically, Roy Harris, but the problem I have is that the Labour's it's just Tories in red. Like, I've looked at that there and I've thought about it and I've contemplated it, and it to some extent it's not even realistically a thing here for us because the Tory vote in Northern Ireland is so minimal to begin with anyway. That like they never really get overly that much seats in Northern Ireland. The problem is more like the DEP who would side with the Tories. But the bigger aspect, the problem is that the Labour right now, they're just Tories, and they're literally just Tories in red ties. Like, there's nothing different about Labour versus Tories. In fact, like, you look at some of the economic policies of Labour, they're the exact same as Tories. The two-party state, or the two-party political system here, is realistically the same party in different colours at this moment in time. Keir Starmer is a piece of shit. An absolute piece of shit. Basically a Tory in disguise. And if you've looked at Labour recently, it's all been it's all people defecting from Tories to Labour because they know that Tories have a terrible, like, it's a terrible look to be a Tory. And they know Labour's going to do well. So, and they know that modern day Labour is essentially just as conservative as Conservatives. So there's the problem there is that, like, while it's a nice thought like that to get rid of Tories, and while it'll be good to see the name Tories out of like a majority rule thing in UK, the reality is I just don't have the same. I don't have the confidence. Let's go around that way. No, I can't. I've got a feeling that's got to be a story, but I just don't have the confidence in Labour ever. Labour are just terrible. Awful. I don't know the word Tories was used outside of Canada. Oh, yeah, it's the Conservative Party. Just getting terrified elections coming up soon. Yeah, elections here are fucking terrifying. Elections all over the world are terrifying at the minute. The whole world's gone to fucking hell. Especially as shit's come out of it. Yeah. Like, that is what has been suggested by the Supreme Court is scary. It basically creates a monarchist or a pathway to dictatorship in your country, and that's fucking terrifying. No offense, but I mean from the bottom of my heart, but all this sounds too British. It's fairly it's British politics for the most part. I wish I had an option by area to vote as Tories. The last but only to get rid of them is Labour, and worse, Tory members of the area Jason Rees Mogg, a haunted Victorian hat stand. Yeah, it's a sad reality, and I know it's not. I know it's one of those. I accidentally hit the wrong button there. I know it's a situation for yourself, Roy Harris, where like there's realistically no other real suitable option. It just is a reality of this. It is just a reality that. The options there are so fucking limited. That was dark humor, but that's fair. It's all good. It's all good. Not a problem, China. I appreciate the kindness and I appreciate the sentiment. You're an absolute sweetheart, and I hope your day goes a hell of a lot better. Not even pathway. They rolled at the red carpet. Yeah. It's pretty much just like. It's the infrastructure for a dictatorship in play.
Your gun, you might as well be wielding a club if you can't hit anything. How
The
about
friends
digital
reviews
training?
always their own game because they're so dedicated to following the rules that no longer exist. Yeah.
All right, let's see what you
But then
got.
again, not following the rules is a bit of a danger because then you encourage people from those other perspectives to just switch sides because it's a trend to your name. Like, essentially, the risk there, Laura, in my mind, is that you end up with the same situation you have in the UK where it's basically Tories under a different name. And that doesn't really help the problem either. Biden should cancel all student debt, and then when the conservatives protest point scoreless, they can. This is what the ruling means. I agree. Biden could easily force the R to propose to backtrack by going, it's an official act, and then making abortion legal in 50 states or some shit, knowing they'll push back on. I look at the election and get really worried for the other side of the world. Yeah, I look at it and get worried for Ukraine, honestly. I look at that election and get terrified for Ukraine, which then terrifies me for the prospects of Europe. More than anything.
You're quite the shot.
Because there's clearly a looming reality that there is war brewing in the east of Europe because of Russia, and having an absolute dickbag fucking Russian puppet like Trump in a position of power almost guarantees a fucking world war starting. If not just if not a global war, at least a fucking major European war. That could turn global if China and North Korea get involved. And I worry about that on that end of things. Johnny Tower, because my country is just as a question. It's a toss to take over real time, and it hits the fan. I have no way to get my family away from it. Well, here's the thing. It's like it's the fall of fascism of America into fascism is going to be a wide scale ramifications, right? Like there is no way to escape it. Like, not to sound like a fearmonger, but like a lot of the military complex and the things standing up and holding a lot of like securities in place sadly do pertain to America's continued investment and essentially engineering of a war economy, because like they still technically have so much of their GPD stuck into like manufacturing fucking armaments and as well as like stockpiling. So a lot of their allied nations held up on the idea that, oh, America is doing that there, we can like Europe can settle the fuck down and demilitarize a little bit. But with Trump kind of like posturing in such a way that then puts into question the actual like allyship of like America to like NATO and whatnot, it creates a whole bigger problem on a wider scale of things. The war's already started, I just haven't declared it yet. I believe they call that a Cold War. Pork. They call that a Cold War. Can you please not attack me, dog? I was just chilling. Whoa, that was fucked up. Okay. There isn't, but there's going to be a different country for so. Going to for protections. I could apply for a general citizenship in Germany, but I have no idea how to get over there if I did. Well, it's one of those things as well. Like, I mean, you're not gonna. Here's the thing, right? You're not escaping bad times by going over to Germany, right? And the reason why I'm saying that there, and not to sound like doomy or anything, but like I said, if we fall into a situation where like Russia's dominance in Ukraine becomes a problem, given the fact that like America's ability to back up and to arm Ukraine to keep Russia from overspilling into other sections of Ukraine will lead to a war which will involve Germany, because Germany is becoming heavily militarized and is now seeking to try and up their armament, along with a bunch of other like European nations, to then hold back the terrors that is Russia. And so it's a situation where like you're not going to be safe going to Germany. Like they are going to be in the front line of the war against Russia, and anyone. Why can't I heal? Oh, right, that's why. Anyone who is in, fuck off, horse! I don't need the horse. Get up, horse! Get off. The problem is that Germany is going to be like one of the bigger like aspects, or one of the bigger like contenders in that war. Like when it comes to armaments, strategic positioning, sort of like conscription in general. Like you go to Germany, the likelihood is you get conscripted into the war machine. So it's not really as safe as it's going to Germany as well, because as they get ready to take on Russia, they're already bringing back conscription. You're going to get conscripted. You're going to get put into that war, regardless. So it's not even like Germany brings you safer passage. If you can get to Germany, it's still a risk. That's why it's so important that like the money that America and the arms America are providing Ukraine does not stop, because it's holding back the Russian lines essentially, right? But like, of course, Trump being a fucking dickhead and a fascist Russian puppet is already talking about the idea of like taking the money away from Ukraine. Like, he's already said that he's already called Ukraine, like the leader, I can't remember the name of the leader of Ukraine on top of my head. We called him like the best salesman in all of Europe, because every time he walks into another country, he gets people to open their checkbooks. Like, that's the thing that a current presidential candidate, especially a presidential candidate of a massive ally of Ukraine, is saying. Doesn't sound too well like he wants to actually, like, you know, keep up the support of Ukraine. In fact, if he gets in, he'll probably take it away, which then leads to the escalation of the war in Ukraine, seeping into the rest of Europe, which then Germany and France and Spain all have to then try and fucking pretty much step in for and take up some of that brunt and take up some of that, like, some of that slack. So it's fucking terrifying. Like, it's like this shit is all brewing towards a fucking absolute socio-economic collapse. The terrifying me is religious wars brewing isn't given much attention talked about. What do you mean a religious war? Oh well, I just live in the concentrated form, stuck right in the middle of it, and there's no escaping it, but to have a raise my kid in the midst of it. Yeah, and I'm sorry that is the case, Laura. It's just grim. It's just fucking awful. This whole stream has been doom and gloom, and I'm so sorry, folks. What is that dog doing around me? Just kind of jumping around the place. Well, like, he's still in the transcription German citizen, but it's majority wouldn't against turn. Can you legally decline conscription? Because my understanding is that they're bringing it back mandatory conscription. Like, from what I understood is that they are literally bringing back the mandatory subscription that they had back until 2011, which did not sound like a declinable thing. It sounded like a requirement based on, you know, being a citizen of Germany. Obviously, there's like periods in which that subscription is for in certain lengths, you know. But my understanding was that it was a return to formal conscription, formal mandatory conscription, which I'm not keen on. Fucking hate the idea of it. But I see countries are moving towards that model again. You're not seeing between Christians happy for years now. It's getting worse and worse. And tell me how crazy religious wars can be. I mean, that specifically, pork is like a very generalized statement. Like the idea of like Muslims and Christians going to war with each other and it's brewing, that unless there's like a specific, like, you know, group of individuals you can point me to, or a specific like country and a specific group operate inside a country, that is some generic doublespeak, because like you could say that about any fucking like group of individuals. Like that is that there needs to be like a substantive, like, it's this group who are like, you know, agitating this specific political group. Like, Muslims and Christians can mean fucking anything, man. That could mean America and like parts of the Middle East. That could mean fucking England and parts of the Middle East. That could mean fucking Germany and parts of the Middle East. That could mean like anything. Like, That could be like parts of Africa versus other parts of Africa, but depending on like where like, you know, the religious sort of groups are involved in. Like, I mean, religious groups are not a definable political structure or state structure. That is just that is just literally a group of individuals, and not all of them would necessarily have a shared interest, especially from country to country or state to state. Schools recently is that course don't have to defer government experts. Even lawyer I've seen talking about it, saying bad because trust the power of the regulated industry and protections. A lot of things in the industry would disappear. I've saw that as well, yeah. Military / civil duty is a thing that you have to do towards the end of school in most European countries. It is a thing that's predominantly in most European countries, and but like Germany didn't have that for the longest while, and they were talking about bringing the bringing of it back, which is given the shit with Russia. That's what the conflict with Ukraine and Russia has literally led to. Is like a reinforced militarization of country states and stuff because of the ongoing aggression of Russia towards European nations. Not just Middle East happening a lot right now. Very political for the guy on YouTube causes all his troubles. Yeah, but the problem I have, right? So the problem I have with that sort of statement, Pork, is that it speaks to a very generalized idea of religious groups, and the problem is that religious groups are not the defining factor of like who starts a war. It's usually a political group with a religious background in a specific sovereign state looking to achieve specific sovereign state objectives against or has a problem with another sovereign state or group inside their own state's objectives, and usually has like a core political leaning and also like actual manifested group of people we can talk to. Like when we talked about like the IRA versus the Al Qaeda versus fucking like, you know, Western military structures like the US Army, the British Army versus, you know, stuff like in the 60s and 70s like the Viet Cong versus, you know, fucking this, that, and that. You could always point towards it's a group of individuals based around a hierarchy of principles, an agenda, and a fucking actual structure of individuals operating with that objective in mind. Just saying Christians and Muslims generalizes that all, because like there's like Christians all over the fucking world, there's Muslims all over the fucking world. It's two of the biggest religions that go about. That does not, you know, correlate to like what part of the world or what political infrastructure or group organization is setting out to do to achieve what agenda. That is just a generalization. Military aspect of things never made me so glad my partner has a documented bad knee, so too old to be in the main Reds conscription, so he wouldn't be made to go unless it's the draft. That's fair. That's fair. I understand what you're saying. I guess it's being spun that way. See, and that's the problem, right? The problem I have with that there, Pork, is that like those generalizations can become dangerous, because then, you know what that type of language does? That type of language then desensitizes people's like actual ability to like, you know, understand nuance and understand perspective and agenda and, you know, goals, where like people could just use that towards Palestinian folks because they technically could be said that they are of a Muslim faith, and then just borderline paint everyone with that perspective and that prerogative and that sort of like idealism when they don't share those objectives. And the same with Christians as well. And so it's one of those things where like when that sort of language is used, I'm like, well, no, give me a fucking group, give me an organization, give me a state, give me a fucking doctrine, give me a goddamn agenda. That loosey-goosey Christian versus Muslim that this fucking YouTuber is propagating is fucking generic dangerous language that then facilitates the actual dehumanization of innocent folks from all backgrounds, because it's a generalized descriptor of an individual. Basically, if Germans are conscripted, they have a right to choose the civil service instead. Basically, so kind of like we're saying there, Pork, not Pork, sorry. It's kind of like logistics and whatnot. Like, so for example, like it's conscription, but it's kind of like intel gathering or fucking cartography, fucking all that shit there. Never been so glad that. Oh, all right, that's our sorry. There's multiple doctors that need this. It's oh fucking hell. It's a weird thing to be glad for. You actually shouldn't have the way to enforce subscription to all knowledge. No, it's more like looking after old people, washing them. Oh, so like that's just something they're looking to bring in the UK, where like the Tories were wanting to bring back national service. The idea was that like younger kids and whatnot, or I say kids, but like, you know, teenagers and stuff would pick one type of work for a year. So conscription in a sense of like you either do, you know, a year's worth of army in the reserves in the army, or you do like every weekend you would go to say like, you know, you would go to like, you know, basically do care stuff like looking after old folks, all that stuff there. So that like the UK was looking to bring, or like the Tories specifically, the UK was looking to bring that in as well, as a means of like basically something to sell people on when it comes to trying to get like votes and stuff, because one of those situations where like they want the old voters in, and the old voters fucking love a bit of conscription, can't get enough of it. They're like, give me some of that conscription, that sounds great. And you're like, what? It's weird with GLaDOS, but it keeps them from being drafted. I'll be glad. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, Finland do the same. You can choose to go to the army, fire service, yeah. So they like, I know it's kind of a normal thing, but I imagine like it's one of those ones where, it's one of those ones I imagine like that sort of like, the only way I can describe it is like national service. They're going to put in a time of war or a time of like, you know, conflict, the ability to choose going into like, you know, into services such as like, you know, fire marshals or paramedic services or stuff like that, there are going to be more limited, because they're going to like, well, no, we need the actual people for the fucking fight. So no, so I can see that like still being a thing. Where in a time of peace, that's the case, but like as conflict goes, I'm sure you all probably agree with me. It's like, yeah, no, they're gonna turn that into like their priority, and what they'll let you do will definitely shift depending on the requirement at the time of conflict. It's already been a norm in the mainland for decades. It's a norm for most. Is that the picture one? It is. It's a norm for a lot of countries. I think it's more so just that like, take a photograph of the hall and its entry. I assume it's just over here, right? Did not mean to hit that, but got it off anyway. It's a norm. It's a norm in the mainland, but like it's one of those things where like it wasn't the norm for some time. I think like, keep me right here. Maybe you know Pork or someone else does, maybe yourself, Roy Harris knows. But I think they got rid of like conscription in the UK during the 60s. I want to say. I think they had it like for like a decade or two after World War II, but then it was a scrapped idea. And then Ireland in general has never had a mandatory conscription policy because A, it's such a young country in its current state. Funny enough, it's a very young country in the state, but also it has a pretty much a neutrality policy akin to that of, can I get in there? It has a neutrality policy akin to like Switzerland, that it doesn't actually have like a keep me right, you probably know it's better than I do, Pork, but it has like a no active no real strong active like military presence outside of maybe the Irish Rangers. And if I remember correctly, the Irish Rangers predominantly do peacekeeping for the UN. Yeah, so and they basically stopped the draft after all the, I want to say the draft was stopped after like a shit ton of like backlash from like the Vietnam War. Okay, is the cat in there, or is the cat on top? If so, how do I get up there or in there? Yeah, Vietnam. Because I knew the Korean War was pretty bad PR wise for America, but I wasn't sure if it was as bad as Vietnam War. I know the Vietnam War's protests were particularly brutal and aggressive. Okay, how does one get up there? Because I am very lost as to how I'm meant to do that, and there's clearly either a cat inside or up there. But yeah, I know the Irish Rangers, for the most part, if I remember correctly, serve. I have the ability to use this cannon. That seems dangerous. Predominantly serve as a means to. I want to say do UN peacekeeping stuff. Korea was 50s, Vietnam was worse because the film footage and news was more widespread and people were seeing it and coffins coming off the planes and TV. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it was scrapped after Cold War. Ireland never had it because of the IRA. It was a show of good faith from the British and Ireland and neutral only to keep yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So it's one of those ones where we as a country in Ireland have never had national service. It's also one of those ones where, like, when the Tories were asked about national service for the UK, so because obviously it was like a bit of a push for, I guess, the kind of secure the elderly vote in the UK, because obviously, you know, older folks love a bit of national service, can't get enough of it. The idea of youngins finally doing something for the country and providing the service and learning respect and manners, they love that shit, right? But like when asked what do you do with the Northern Ireland problem, because obviously you can't really ask Northern Ireland to do national service for the UK, because there's a little thing of like the joint ownership and of, well, you know, Northern Ireland in general regarding, how did I get up there, regarding the Republic of Ireland and the UK when it comes to Northern Ireland. It's a bit of a, does this breach the Good Friday Agreement? Can we get away with doing this? And when asked, they're like, we don't know. I would love to join the Irish Army. Too fat now to know. I wasn't overly fussed on the idea of joining the army. I never grew up with aspirations of being in any military. Okay, I have no idea how to get up here or how to get in here, because I know there's a cat here and I want the cat. But I do not know if the cat is locked behind a story beat that I can't get into because there's these locked doors. Well, I can still join one army. There's an army to join? I like to think it's because the agreement is badly worded and one's responsible. Don't want to read it again. Well, the agreement's not a joke, of course. It's not even that the Good Friday Agreement is badly written. It's just one of those things where, like, you're trying, like, the Good Friday Agreement secures the ability for people of Northern Ireland to claim Irish citizenship and to claim like, you know, Irish citizenship in regards to their passports and stuff, and reaffirms their Irish citizen status if they choose to take up that actual citizenship. And so the problem is that, like, if you do that there, how you get around the idea of technically conscripting a separate country's citizen. So, like, it's more of a, how does the UK legitimately go, yeah, see those Irish citizens in this little part of the island, they're actually ours. So we'll be conscripting them now. And, like, and how do you do that without, like, causing major problems and, like, bigger implications that cause that could technically cause a bit of I'm kind of beating around the bush. The fucking troubles again. So it's kind of like a, how do you get around that? Hey, Teal, hope you're getting well, because I tell you you're looking well. So when the Tories were asked about the idea of mandatory, like, service and whatnot, it's like, Northern Ireland, we haven't worked that one out yet. We'll come back to you on that one. Let them conscript whoever classes them as... That's what I was thinking, right? That's what I was thinking, but, like, the problem there is that, like... They could technically claim dual... Like, you know how it is here, Pork, right? We can claim dual citizenship, so, like, I could, if I wanted to, could identify as both British and Irish under a form of dual dual citizenship. That still makes waters very fucking murky. And when it comes to that stuff there, you kind of want to be able to kind of like definitively say one thing or another without necessarily causing an international issue. As with my Irish passport. That's the thing, right? The Irish passport's out for the lads. A fucking war. Yeah. So there's problems. There's problems with the whole like national service in Northern Ireland. Where when I looked at it, I was like, this is going to be a problem for mainland UK, not for here. Couldn't even. He kept looking at the bush, so I couldn't even get a good stealth kill on him. And I feel like my weapon's weak. I feel like I might need to get a better weapon. I'm not cutting through these guys in the buttery smooth way that I once did. Oh, deflected that one, did he? Little bitch. Look at John attacking the police. I mean, hey, cop. I mean, I know that's what is that? They're what are they called again? Is I remember them from Asian, but like their name escapes me. 19th century GTA. The Shinsengumi, yes, thank you, Shinsengumi. I feel like my weapon is not doing the, as I said there, I feel like my weapon's not doing the powerful attacks that I normally know it to do. So I might need to look into that because like it feels like it's... Oh, that's in a dodge. I was just saying 500 definitely is wrong, but that's in a dodge. That's like a two-handed jobby. I'm using that. There's a katana 425, so we'll switch up to that. Yeah, I'm definitely still feeling probably, even if that switching to that katana, I'm probably a bit low on the old damage front there, which is unfortunate. Christ, the amount of stuff I could actually like break it down into as well. I'm glad you did okay. I'm glad you did okay, Till. Might as well train weapon skill. Is that a thing you can do? Is that a thing you can do? Have I? My guy. Oh, here's a neat trick. Okay. Press R3 in the combat styles, but also... Yeah, 1 second, I'm getting called here. Apologies about that, folks. Just the reality of being a carer sometimes takes you away within a moment's notice. But we're back now. We're back now. Thank you very much, guys. I didn't even have a chance to hit my my break screen. Just that's how chaotic it can be. So you were saying in another tab, summary weapon proficiency levels. Wait, so you're talking about in here? Are we talking about that? Oh, you can change that there. Okay. Middle left? Like Patriot or? Like I didn't even realize you could change the... I didn't even realize you could change the actual horse stat. Yeah, change it. You can change your title and get +1 stat. It's pretty cool. Okay. I assume strength is going to be where the damage is, right? Like I got proficiency of katanas by the looks of things, and I'm using a katana, so that's fine because I got a proficiency level of 20, so that's grand. But like, it does just feel like sometimes I don't have necessarily as much damage as I would like. Okay, maybe if I... Sometimes I try to understand some of the nuances of this are a bit difficult for me, so... Right, I'm currently looking at... Yeah, that's Master. What is that style? So that's Jin, so I need to, like, versus all the other Jin. That is the only Jin style I have, and I need a Jin style, so I have 10. What with the 10 styles here? Yeah, that's the strongest 10 style I have as well. Gotta figure out the special ability suits your playstyle. See, that's the thing, like, I'm looking at here, and, like, I could change, like, I could change these fighting styles, right? But, like, I'm going based on the one that provides me the most bang for my buck damage-wise and stats-wise. The fuck did I just read? Tom Clancy's a writer, brand new partner for yourself. I gotta laugh. Hawks. But it feels like the weapon I'm using maybe isn't up to snuff, even though it's 425. I might need to go and get more damage into it. Like, I think after I've done this area, I'm gonna go to the blacksmith and see if I can upgrade that weapon a little further, give it some more juice world. Because it feels like the damage I'm doing is not even that great. Hey, chickens. Oh, there's a picture there as well I need to do. There's a cat there. Actually, you know what? Need to mark them off to do as well. Actually, I'm right beside the guy that could potentially upgrade my weapon. I'll go check him out now. Hawks. Was Hawks an Ace Combat clone or an official entry into the Ace Combat games?
Welcome. I'm blessed to have your patronage.
They did publish such development under Flight Arcades, but they were lesser known. Okay. I said Hawks brand. That belongs to Project Aces, a Japanese bunch of devs. Oh, okay, okay. Just curious there.
You got it.
You got it. So if I was to upgrade this, I can only upgrade it twice, actually.
It'll mold
Jesus.
your body with use.
Oh, yeah. I need so much more, whatever that material is. Black sand steel. Can I buy that, actually?
What do you need?
I can, but not a lot of it.
So how do you like it?
Still not enough to upgrade. Holy shit, okay. Oh yeah, the way they bought the license his name till is fucking wild. How much did he get paid for that, or his estate get paid for that? Because essentially they can just put anything with his name on it now. Which I imagine is very frustrating to a lot of the old school fans of him. That's his Rainbow Six Division, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Hawks being Tom Clancy collabs. Because he had like quite a prolific writing career,
Hey,
right?
feeling beat?
I've hit the button to select, but like the oh, there we go. I feel like the game is running inherently a bit slower. I think I might need to save and restart the console. Because like I've hit an X here and it's taking forever to do stuff. Not sure what the fuck X Defiance about, but it really has been a brand deal thing that has Tom Clancy rolling his grave enough to power a city. Hawks doesn't the protagonist and she work for shitty PMC that quits the group to join a actual military once the PMC tries to take over the world Cobra style? Yes. Your like enjoyment to like clarify that there was just fucking intense. Like yes, it was. It's kind of like oh Jesus, okay. Hawks 2 is even token Russian ultranationalist makes Russian military man defect to be good guy. It's a lot of cats. Cat painting. I just pick whatever has the blue arrow up. Right, I'm going to save the game and restart the whole console because I feel like the console. So for people who don't know, like if you don't fucking like restart your PlayStation every so often, you don't really flush the RAM out. The console becomes a little bit stagnant in some ways. So I'm going to restart that now. Wait, there's a Hawks too. Worse than Call of Duty, was it Warzone? Oh god, is that the one with? Are you talking about the one that has Kevin Spacey in it? There was a Hawks 2. The one that has so many dislikes. Oh, that's Future. I was like the one of the Future War games. That was the one where they went like it was like Call of Duty, but in space, but without like the cool Tim Curry aspect of it all. They didn't quite have the Tim Curry faith that they would like to have. Oh, that was Infinite War, yeah. Infinite War. I've never been a it's been a long time since I've enjoyed a Call of Duty, to be fair, so I sometimes forget which ones are which as well, because I'm just kind of like, it all blends together into some unpalatable mash to me to some extent. That's probably like the first time I've saw that screen in weeks. So hopefully this restart will have give. Are you sure you want to begin the latest save? The other save that we already. Yes, I do want to begin the fucking latest save. You jamoke. It's all zombie. Yeah, it's all zombie shooter now. Zombie shooter and like battle royale essentially. Like that's all it comes down to is like is those sort of like core things, because that's where they make their money. It's kind of like when Rockstar kind of just went all in on GTA Online, because like that's where a lot of their money is made now, is just the online. That actually feels like it's running a little bit better on the PlayStation now. Again, if you have a PlayStation 5 or even an Xbox Series X or even your PC, do a restart every so often. Flush the RAM out, it'll thank you. I restart my PC every second day because a lot of PCs are set up in such a way when you hit shutdown, it doesn't actually shut them down. It just puts them into like a hibernation, and so your RAM doesn't really get flushed. So I've given this advice before, but honestly, I think it's good advice that a lot of people kind of sometimes could benefit from. They continue post-campaign story stuff in the Warzone for some reason. For now, for some reason. Really? Is it like a setup and is like meaningfully made as like the normal campaign stuff? Oh yeah, I should restart sometime. Yeah. Why would campaign-only players be interested in Warzone? Was it not also like a big controversy that the last game, like fundamentally, their campaign was just the Warzone map with like a few like things done inside of it? Like I could be recalling that wrong, but I feel like that's what was told to myself, and I when finding that out was kind of like a little bit perplexed, because I was just like, fucking what? Why? I feel like that is running way better. I feel like my timing on deflections got a bit better and stuff. Timing has to be like 0.1% minority, right? Of people playing it, do you mean, Giz? Again, I'm sorry if I'm asking all these fucking questions. I feel like I'm observing a conversation from the outside and being a rude bitch and constantly trying to like stumble my way into it. We're still on Call of Duty. Yeah, so like I'm curious, like, is that how many people, like, is pretty much Call of Duty players all just playing Warzone now? Like, is, like, are we saying that, like, the campaign players amount to, like, a 0.1% of the actual fucking active players? That's how I feel every day of my life. That's fair, Hunter. But I will always take the time to try and get you back in and get you flowing. My brain feels like mush though most of the time at the minute. I mean, it does literally, but yeah, I know what you mean though. I know it's kind of like the exaggeration, but like I know what you mean. It's just more of a like, Christ has like need to get a photograph of the two land dogs. Okay, like I totally get your exaggeration. I know what you're trying to say is that it's just a drastically low number compared to like, you know, what it used to be when it came to Call of Duty. I'm just more of a like a fuck really, is that really the reality of it? Because I used to like, it used to be my favorite part of a Call of Duty game was the campaign, because it used to be like really well scripted and great set pieces and like over the top like fucking action. So it's more of a just me when I say that stuff. I'm kind of like, oh man, really? Is that literally how it is? Because like I didn't want my belief to be actually the reality in that one. Sometimes it feels like Rule 34 3D model riggers play campaign. Are you suggesting people who are just getting soap and the other lads rigged so they can have sweet gay sex on porn sites? Because bless the cotton socks of those folks who are doing that. People need fat material. I used to buy COD games for the campaigns, but nowadays I just watch them on YouTube. That's fair. That's fair, too. Like, I used to enjoy, like, doing the multiplayer when it was just, like, kind of, like, not simple, but, like, when it was more akin to, like, Modern Warfare 2 and stuff. I used to enjoy the multiplayer for Call of Duty in that way, but, like, it's gotten to the point now where I don't. For a few different reasons. A, that's the fundamentally the gameplay style is very different. Also on PC, it's one of those things where because of the rampant speed in which a Call of Duty game is made, you then have that situation where like the support for like anti-cheat drops pretty quickly, and it's like, well, now I'm just fighting against Hacky Joe and his mates of fucking aimbots, and that's not fun. And so it kind of like puts me off a little bit, kind of like makes me like, not fussed on it anymore, you know? Valid indeed. Those average soap enjoyers, which I don't mean like the washing substance, which, you know what, fair play to those two. Those are good people. If you enjoy washing some soap, you have my respect. But like the soap enjoyer characters need to be given their valid status. Your first call was Black Ops 2. You played the shit out of the multiplayer on that one. I think I played that one. I can't remember though. Well, those where I think I played it. My brain's a little bit. My brain is sludge. I am actually. I feel like I'm just sentient sludge most of the time these days when it comes to cognitive thought, which is probably why I'm shocked you actually like to hang around and talk to me most of the time, because like, who wants to talk to sentient sludge? Like, I can't even get annoyed at you if you don't. I think the last game I played a multiplayer shooter was PlanetSide 2 2 months ago. Really? And I say this in the bottom of my heart, screw the Vanu. I assume they're assholes or annoying to play against. We have apparently done all the treasure chests now. It's just cats. So I guess I've just got to look for a cool little cat boy. Where is the cool little cat boy? As I consult, playing enough Map Genie, 10 out of 10. Great resource. Great resource. I think it's down here. I think the one I'm missing is down here, but we'll find out one way or another. Oh my goodness. Hunter coming in with an old school meow. I love it. I love it. Right, I think I've got this. There's some legs they can use. They're doing a Soul Reaver prequel. Not fucking. Yes, I did remember reading about that there, actually. Weirdly enough, Tail, I actually got an email about that. And I don't know why I got an email about that there, because, like, I did not know that I was on any sort of mailing list for that. But yeah, I remember getting an email about that the other day. Yeah, it was a crowdfunding email to say, hey, we're crowdfunding this. Do you want to support us? So yeah, I was shocked by that as well. You got free ads. I don't think Tailgate's going to be able to hear. I'll wait till Tailgate's back. The sci-fi Wii faction that uses alien tech as opposed to good old-fashioned human bullets and tanks and wheels. PS2 is a freeway MMO war. Guess that sounds pretty fucking cool, actually. That sounds really fucking cool. Ads are over. Yes, so I was saying I got an email about it, funny enough, as well. Tailgate mentioning, funny enough, that there is a Kickstarter campaign and asking me to fund it, help fund it and whatnot. And I thought it was like a bit odd because like I don't recall like being on an emailing list or a mailing list in general for it. So I was like, oh, okay. The ads are over. The economy is dead. I apologize about the ads, folks, but it's like one of those things where it helps fund my ability to keep the channel going and to keep the actual stream going. And I know it's a bit of a frustration. And it's not something I enjoy. But it's just a sad reality is that like making content ain't free. So ads are like the evil beast that just has to go with it, if you know what I mean. Obviously, like, it's one of those things where I don't even like to push you toward it because it makes me feel a little bit dirty. But you know, there's always subscriptions, like subscribing to the channel, even if it's like a Twitch Prime, we'll get rid of it. But I don't like to like, you know, push that on to you because I feel guilty doing it. There is an alternative if you go and get Twitch Turbo, which is a bit more expensive per month, but it means no ads across the whole site. And it kind of works like YouTube Premium in the sense that, like, you won't get ads, but, like, I'll still get the ad revenue from you, even though you don't get ads. And so it's one of those ones where, but yeah, you don't get the emotes and stuff. That's the only thing. You don't get the emotes and stuff. Papa John, can we have a non-Elden Ring DLC ad? I would love to try and I would love to choose what ads go on to my channel. I really would. I think that'd be cool. I think a lot of creators would like that, to be fair. You like your stream daddy emotes, though? I think I'm costing Namdai money because I keep running the same ad. Right? Okay. So Namco Bandai just be like, we delivered this ad 3 times in a row to him, and he still hasn't bought our DLC. This damn Giz, we just can't seem to get him to do it. Like, you don't fall under sales funnel because you won't buy their DLC or their game. But yeah, like, I mean, it's one of those ones where, like, obviously, I feel like I should get better about, like, encouraging people to, like, subscribe to the channel because it does help me. It does mean that I can save more money faster to get a new PC, to increase the quality of streams, to increase the quality of the actual streams, of the equipment that helps us stream and goes a long way to supporting me as a creator. And it is something I'm really, really, really thankful for when it does happen. I just very, very much... I think this is more of a trauma on my part, but I used to be a part of a content creation outfit that, like, abused people's kindness for money, and I hated what that ended up being. And I guess there's a part of me that kind of just hates the idea of becoming that, and so I get this, like, sense of, like, dread in me trying to look after myself and trying to you know, promote myself. I always feared that I'm coming off like those fuckers, so it always kind of then puts me in a weird, complicated situation where it's like, yes, I actually really could use, like, more subscriptions and support from the community, but I don't want to look like them or feel like them because that makes me feel incredibly dirty. So I'm kind of in a bind in that sense. I wonder what the cost per view is. Usually with those things, it's all generated around in clicks and stuff. They're probably paying 0.3% a